Friends, today we will discuss about Maxwell's equations. These equations are actually the basic laws of electricity and magnetism. Maxwell just compiled the four basic laws of electricity and magnetism, and the outcome of these four laws are known as Maxwell's equations. So these equations form the foundation of electromagnetic theory. These equations in electromagnetism have the same importance as the Newton's laws of motion in mechanics. First one is Gauss's law in electrostatics. Second one is Gauss's law in magnetostatics. Third one, Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. And fourth one is modified form of Ampere's law. So these four laws are known as Maxwell's equations. Now we will discuss all four laws one by one. So Gauss's law of electrostatics. According to Gauss, the total electric flux through a closed surface is 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the surface. Here epsilon naught is permittivity of free space. Now if rho is volume charge density, then charge enclosed by the surface is given by Q is equal to volume integration rho dV. Now according to Gauss law, the electric flux is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the surface. So if phi is electric flux, then phi is equal to Q upon epsilon naught. But Q in terms of volume charge density, Q is equal to volume integration rho dV. So if we substitute Q from here to here, then phi is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught volume integration rho dV. If E is the electric field, then electric flux is given by phi is equal to surface integral E dot ds. Now if we substitute phi E from here to here, then it will be surface integral E dot ds is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times volume integration rho dV. But according to divergence theorem, the surface integration can be changed into volume integration. So surface integral E dot ds is equal to volume integration del dot E dV. Now we replace surface integration E dot ds in this equation. So volume integration del dot E dV is equal to volume integration rho upon epsilon naught dV. Now we have volume integration on either side, so these can be cancelled out, and hence we get del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon naught, or divergence E is equal to rho upon epsilon naught. This result is known as differential form of Gauss's law, and it is also known as Maxwell's first equation. So according to Maxwell's first equation, del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon naught, or divergence E is equal to rho upon epsilon naught. But D is equal to epsilon naught E, where D is electric displacement vector. So this equation can be written as del dot D is equal to rho, or divergence D is equal to rho. Now Gauss's law of magnetostatics. According to this law, the total magnetic flux through a closed surface is always zero. If B is magnetic induction, then phi B is equal to surface integral B dot ds is equal to 0. B is magnetic induction. Now by using divergence theorem, surface integration can be changed into volume integration. So surface integral B dot ds is equal to 0 will be volume integration divergence B dV is equal to 0, or this will be divergence B is equal to 0. This is our Maxwell's second equation. This equation states that the magnetic induction B is a solenoidal field. The flux leaving the element is same as entering in the field, or the source of magnetic induction do not exist. Also, no isolated magnetic pole or magnetic monopoles exist. Next one is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. According to Faraday's law, when the magnetic flux linked with the circuit changes, an induced EMF is produced. And if circuit is closed, then there will be induced current. The induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of magnetic flux. If E is induced EMF and phi B is magnetic flux, then E is directly proportional to d phi by dt. If we eliminate this proportionality sign, then there will be a constant and equal to sign. Here we use constant of proportionality 1, and according to Lenz's law, the induced EMF opposes the cause of its production. So E is equal to minus d phi B upon dt. Here phi B is magnetic flux. If capital E is electric field, then induced EMF in terms of electric field can be written as line integration E dot dl. Also, magnetic flux is equal to surface integral of B dot ds. This is from Maxwell's second equation. Now, phi B can be replaced by B dot ds here, and E can be replaced by E dot dl. So, line integration E dot dl is equal to minus d by dt of surface integral B dot ds. By using Stokes' theorem, we can convert line integration into surface integration. So, line integration E dot dl is equal to surface integration del cross E dot ds. So, E dot dl can be replaced by this. So, we substitute E dot dl from here to here, and the surface integral does not depend on time. So, this d by dt we take inside the integration. So, surface integral del cross E dot ds is equal to minus surface integral del by del t of B dot ds. Now we have surface integral on either side. So, these integration can be cancelled out, and hence del cross E is equal to minus del B by del t, or curl E is equal to minus del B by del t. This is actually differential form of Faraday's law, and it is also known as Maxwell's third equation. So, according to Maxwell's third equation, curl E is equal to minus del B by del t. Now, next one is modified form of Ampere's law. According to Ampere's law, the line integral of magnetic induction around any closed path is mu naught times the total current passing through the surface bounding the closed path. If B is magnetic induction, then line integration B dot dl is equal to mu naught I. Here mu naught is permeability of free space. I is total current, and total current is the sum of conduction current and displacement current. So, line integration B dot dl is equal to mu naught times IC plus ID. But current in terms of current density can be written as surface integral of J dot ds. Here J is current density. So, B dot dl is equal to mu naught surface integration Jc dot ds plus surface integral Jd dot ds. Now, by using Stokes' theorem, we can convert line integration into surface integration. So, line integration of B dot dl is replaced by surface integral del cross B dot ds, and IC is equal to surface integral Jc dot ds. But for simplicity, we just write Jc as J, and ID is replaced by surface integral Jd dot ds. So, here we write ID in terms of Jd. Now, here we have surface integral, and here also surface integration. So, surface integral can be cancelled out. So, curl B is equal to mu naught times J plus Jd, or del cross B is equal to mu naught times J plus Jd. Del cross B is known as curl B. Now, if we take divergence on either side, so divergence of curl B is equal to mu naught times divergence of J plus Jd, but divergence of any curl of a vector quantity is always 0. So divergence of curl B is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to divergence of J plus JD, or divergence JD is equal to minus divergence of J. But according to equation of continuity, divergence J is equal to minus del rho by del T. And from Maxwell's first equation, divergence of D is equal to rho, where D is electric displacement vector. So rho can be replaced by divergence of D in this equation. So divergence of J is equal to minus del by del T of divergence D. But from previous equation, divergence of JD is equal to minus divergence of J. So divergence of J can be replaced by this. So negative sign will be cancelled out, and hence divergence of JD is equal to divergence of del D by del T. And hence JD is equal to del D by del T. But curl B is equal to mu naught times J plus JD, and JD is equal to del D by del T. So we substitute JD from here to here, and hence curl B is equal to mu naught times J plus del D by del T. This equation is known as modified form of Ampere's law and also known as Maxwell's fourth equation. Now we summarize all four equations of Maxwell. First equation is divergence E is equal to rho by epsilon 0. Since D is equal to epsilon naught E, and hence divergence E is equal to rho by epsilon naught can be written as divergence D is equal to rho. According to Maxwell's second equation, divergence of B is equal to 0, but B is equal to mu naught H, and hence second equation can also be written as divergence H is equal to 0. According to Maxwell's third equation, curl A is equal to minus del B by del T, but B is equal to mu naught H, and hence this equation can be written as curl A is equal to minus mu naught del H upon del T. And Maxwell's fourth equation is curl B is equal to mu naught J plus del T by del T, but B is equal to mu naught H. So if we substitute B is equal to mu naught H, so mu naught and mu naught will be cancelled out, and hence fourth equation can be written as del cross H is equal to J plus del D by del T. So these four equations are Maxwell's equation in electromagnetic field. Here we end our session. So for more interactive sessions like this, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Goodbye.